So, does anybody here know what a cornetto is?
Yeah, it's that ice cream that
From
looks
context,
like a cone.
yeah.
Okay, I wasn't
It's
sure.
like a drumstick, man.
Oh, those things. Okay,
That's what I guess what we call it.
Yeah.
Well, I assume it's a brand that they have.
That's what I thought.
Because I thought it was on the wrapper in at least the 2 movies of the 3 I've seen.
I think it might be in Hot Fuzz. I don't know if.
No, it is.
Yeah. Okay.
I believe it's in all 3 movies. Hence why they call it the Cornetto Trilogy.
Yeah.
The director wasn't Philip fucking Cornetto Roland. Like,
What? Yeah, really? I thought that was his middle name. Bitch.
Welcome to Cinekuest Video.
Okay, welcome to Cinekuest Video, the podcast that delves deep into those VHS classics to the modern day format and beyond.
Yeah.
I'm here. My name is Ray, and I'm here joined by the inhabitor of the Pacific Northwest division of MoQuest Studios.
this is Daniel.
And Nowhere Studios, somewhere like in a hole in the Rio Grande Valley.
Hooray, it's Roland.
Awesome. Okay,
it's a hole just because caves don't exist in the valley. That's it.
Well,
otherwise, Roland would be down there all hermited up.
I prefer to call it the nowhere pit, but I mean,
man, and I bet Roland would be just like the fucking hermits from that one Monty Python sketch where I don't know how much of Flying Circus y'all watch, but there's a sketch where there's like a news program interviewing a hermit. And then he just keeps running into other hermits, and it's like they have like a community, but they're talking about hermiting. It's fucking funny, man.
As long as I'm not, as long as I'm not one
like
of those
what best
assholes.
to insulate your cave with, you know?
That sounds important. I'm gonna need
all right, so today we're actually going to be talking about the first installment of the Cornetto Trilogy. And for those of you who don't know what the Cornetto Trilogy is, that is comprises of 3 movies, and that is, obviously because it's a trilogy, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, which is Roland's favorite movie of all time.
Yep.
And The World's End.
Actually, I'm watching Hot Fuzz right now in the background.
Of course. We're going to be talking about Shaun of the Dead first, and just a real brief reason as to why it's called the Cornetto Trilogy.
Because it was directed by Alan Cornetto, right?
Yeah. It's actually called the Three Flavors Cornetto
The
Trilogy.
3 flavors of the apocalypse.
Yeah. Also, apparently it's
Vanilla,
also known as the
strawberry.
Blood and Ice Cream Trilogy.
Blood and ice cream.
The Blood and Ice Cream Trilogy. Yeah, right?
That's almost dumb enough.
And I mean, it's fairly accurate if they throw that in there as well. And it's a comedic genre of films directed by Edgar Wright and written by Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg. And it usually stars the same 2 main characters, which is Simon Pegg and Nick Frost.
Yep. And they
Shaun-
usually have like a recurring supporting cast as well.
That's true, yeah. With a few changes here and there, but almost like similar characters coming through, or similar persons playing different parts in all the movies, obviously.
Right.
So this version of the Cornetto Trilogy is, I think, from what I've come across, it is the strawberry flavored, because it represents the blood.
You're talking about Shaun of the Dead?
I'm talking about Shaun of the Dead, that's right. It's the strawberry flavored version of the Cornetto Trilogy because of the blood and the ice cream, the blood and ice cream trilogy.
Yeah.
There.
Yep.
And I mean, there's many
already
posters.
Getting tiresome.
There's already so many. There's like posters that show like the 3 colors that kind of represent each movie.
Do you know which is which for all of them? It's so strawberry.
I only know strawberry for this one. I'm not completely
Did they
sure
go like
what the other ones
Neapolitan
are.
with it?
Yeah.
Well, that's when you watch all of them at the same time.
So like
No, but did they go Neapolitan with it? Like, is it like the strawberry, vanilla, chocolate for each movie, or?
No, I think they're like. I think the other flavors are more elaborate.
Oh, it's
Rocky Road. For because I know about At World's End, so maybe that would be appropriate for that one.
the last one. It's like sherbet for Hot Fuzz, because that's also ice cream.
Nah, dude, it's mint chocolate chip because it's the best ice cream there is, and it's the best of the trilogy insofar.
Vomit. Don't do that to my favorite.
Movie. I'm not a fan of mint chocolate.
Really? I thought you loved fucking Thin Mints or whatever.
Well,
That's different.
Cool?
I don't like it in
me,
ice cream flavor. I like it in ice cream flavor.
You don't like it in
ice cream texture. I don't. It doesn't taste the same to me in the form of ice cream.
I bought fucking a bag of Andes Mints today, grocery shopping. Just threw them in the freezer. I can't wait till I'm hammered and.
Should have thrown them in the trash.
Have you guys ever seen Bon Appetit on YouTube?
No,
I'm pretty sure you have.
No.
And I'm too angry at Roland right now to really care about what it is.
It's well, there's a girl. There's a show called Gourmet Makes, and the girl there makes like gourmet versions of like the Andes mints.
Oh,
but like
you mean your future ex-wife?
Yeah.
Oh, of course,
Claire.
Yeah, your future.
But that was one episode. But I don't think it was her though. It was some other guys filling in. I think that was probably like one of the funnier ones because they hate doing it because it takes so much work to kind of like make gourmet versions of these simple candies. So they gotta make it. They gotta make it exactly the same. And like they're fucking.
I've only ever seen Claire do
bitchy
those,
about
it. It always looks like a shit. Like it's a big pain in the ass.
Yeah, and they're pretty much bitching the whole time about how much it sucks to do it.
And it's usually like something shitty too, like Cadbury Easter eggs or like Peeps or like fucking Skittles, and it's just like, why? God damn it,
Roland! You take Skittles. You take that back. Skittles rock, man.
Skittles are okay.
I also
I'll agree with you.
A bag of mixed tropical and mixed berry fucking Skittles today. So fuck you, man. You're sitting all the soft spots today, bitch.
Yeah. God, gotta twist the knife. Yes.
It hurts.
Daniel, if it does make you feel any better, I love Andes Mints, right? So,
it doesn't.
You know, it would have if you would have come to my rescue about 2 minutes ago on that.
Yeah.
Now it feels like an afterthought, and I don't really appreciate it.
Yeah. There's no feeling in it. Great.
Absolutely. Okay, so back to Shaun of the Dead. Came out in 2004. Did anyone actually see it in the theaters?
No.
Actually, I think probably the first time I watched it was with Roland.
Mm-hmm. That was probably one of the first times I'd seen it as well. Like I know
definitely Hot Fuzz. I saw that for the first time with you, and that was just like at the apartment.
Yep. Fucking great. Yeah, I think that's probably also true. I like Shaun of the Dead, but it isn't ever really been one of my favorite movies. Even though like seeing it and thinking about it in retrospect, it's a great fucking movie. It's one of the better ZWord movies out there, as they say in there. They don't like to use that word. What do they call them?
Oh,
they just say them or
Zed,
they.
Zed or
those guys. No, well, like not how they say the letter, dude. But like, yeah, they don't want to say zombie in the movie. They're always just like, oh, I don't like that word. The Z word. Yeah.
But because they don't want to admit that shit's real. So.
I thought it was because they had to like somebody had trademarked the fucking word, and like every time they said it, they had to pay somebody. Or some shit. Like I know.
Well, I guess that maybe that's why, like in like The Walking Dead and shit.
Yeah,
they call
exactly.
Them, like, walkers.
They call them walkers and all stupid shit.
Or I'm pretty sure there's other. Oh, that may be a good thing to.
Couldn't afford it.
That may be a good thing to kind of explore.
Man, because then like video game companies all around would be like paying royalties out the ass for zombie mobs.
Well, like I think there are different copyrights for different medias. I'm not sure. To begin with, the whole system is fucked and fucking garbage.
Yeah, and
like,
it sounds even dumber
so
that it isn't just like a blanket rule. Like when it comes to the Z word, you know, here's the regulations. You know, render into seizure. You know, 30% of whatever proceeds. Blah blah blah. But
I remember
that's dumb.
I remember there was a guy that he registered the trademark for the word edge, and in the video game industry, and like anybody that used that, and like he never made a game. All he would do is sue people that use the word edge in the title of their games. And so that's how he made money. It's like a total prick. But like it just goes to show
no, not a prick, man. He found a grift into the system.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Go for it.
He's fucking intelligent. Yeah. Motherfucker.
I guess that's the same as like people who buy like domain names and do the same
to do
thing.
That kind of thing, even though he never actually produced shit himself from it.
Yeah. And, he found the grift. Yeah.
So like that whole system is fucky as hell. Like it's tiresome. But so yeah, do you want to preface the movie or anything like that, Ray? I mean, I think out of the three of us, you probably watched this one the most.
Probably. I mean, I've seen it a few times when I saw it in the theaters. It was actually a real fun movie to see. You know.
Yeah.
I was pretty surprised by it. But it's just a real quick synopsis of the movie. I'm just going off the top of my head here. It starts off with the character Sean. I don't even know if he has a last name in the movie.
Negative.
Yeah. So it's just Sean, and he roommates with what is that? The tall dude's name?
Oh shit.
Pete.
Yeah, Pete.
And then
Nick Frost character.
Nick Frost character.
That's Nick Frost character. What's the name of him?
Ed.
Yeah, that's right.
Ed, yeah. And I'm not too sure if he roommates necessarily, but he does crash on the couch. And
he's like the guy on the couch that doesn't pay bills and doesn't help out.
Yeah. He like occasionally sells pot to like make money and just makes.
And Sean is kind of going through relationship problems.
Right. Yeah.
I guess like he's on the verge of breaking up with his girlfriend
because apparently like their life is sort of stuck in a rut. You know, like they just.
He goes to a job that he hates. He goes to a job he hates, and then they hang out at the pub later on, and it's kind of just the same old thing over and over.
She's
tired of it.
I feel attacked by the plot of this movie.
Yeah, right. It's like, what are you talking about? His life is good. Why does it have to be shitty? Oh, you mean he's not a trendsetter? He's not fucking traveling and shit and seeing the world? Like, why? What the fuck? He is kind of a cheap ass though, like sort of I'll say, and I can only assume that's because he has like a really shitty job that probably doesn't make a lot of money from it.
What does he look? He's like probably like an assistant manager.
Yeah, something like that.
Job.
Appliance.
No, it's actually never said like what his rank is. It's just that he is the senior employee.
Right.
Okay.
Because it wasn't clear about, or I guess the hierarchy wasn't set, but basically it was like the boss was gone and then it was Sean.
Right, because they don't fucking treat him like
he's not necessarily. He could be just a supervisor. You know what? I feel attacked by this movie.
Yeah, he's like you, man.
They shit on him like all the entire time he's there at work.
Like especially like the youngins like.
Yeah, that one asshole he looks like he's in his 20s or whatever, and he's like, "How old are you? 17." Like, shut the fuck up.
What I love is the repeated theme in this movie where kind of the big dopey guys in the movie are constantly answering their cell phones at inopportune times.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have like Nick Frost, you have Ed do that like at least 3 times, or at least twice for sure in the movie. Then there's his coworker. There's that coworker dude, and then there is the doppelganger of sorts of Ed's character when they meet the other group. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Who was played by that guy who was in Doctor Who for a little bit, and he was also he's a comedian.
No,
yeah.
That was him. Wow, I didn't recognize him with hair. Because isn't he bald and like wearing glasses?
I think he was wearing a hat, but like I don't think he had glasses in the scene with Shaun of the Dead. But
no, he didn't. Or well, maybe
But he
don't
also didn't
recall
wear
so well.
glasses in the Doctor Who role he had.
Did
but
he?
yeah,
Maybe I'm thinking of someone else then.
but
Fuck.
yeah, he's totally in there.
That's cool.
I'm trying to remember the fucking name of like the various comedy shows. Little Britain was one.
Oh, really?
Little Britain was hilarious, man.
Yeah, and then they had like a Little USA, which like him and the same dude did, and then they've had a few other shows. I think some of them are like kind of like straight to like Netflix or streaming services or what have you. But
I gotta look for that. That sounds funny. Pretty cool.
Well, these guys also did the show Space. Did you ever see that?
I've seen a little bit of
on
Space.
Netflix.
Yeah.
No.
I remember enjoying it, but I
Is that on
don't know
Netflix?
why I don't know if it
stopped
is
watching it.
anymore, but it used to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, Sean's stuck in like a pretty much shit rut in his life, right? He's his girlfriend pretty much breaks up with him, right? Like pretty early on in the movie.
Well, actually, in the beginning, prior to like everything going to shit.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's never
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
it's never explained like the cause for
Yeah, like
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty obvious
no,
why
she
she gets
throws
rid
it
of him.
out,
Yeah.
but the straw that broke the camel's back is when he couldn't get the restaurant reservation after all because he had lied to her about it. You know.
Yeah, and then what was it? He shows up and like she's so like I think the both of them kind of have sort of some toxic relationships with their friends.
And speaking of the friends of the girlfriend, the
guy from Black Books.
Yep,
is,
guy from Black Books. Yeah, it took me like 3/4
Oh,
of the movie
shit,
to
is
realize
that
it was
him?
him.
Yeah,
Yep.
I know.
Oh,
I
shit, I didn't even
saw him in
realize.
there, and I was like, it's
I was just like-
Guard.
Yeah, I was just like, that dude's fucking like just looks so fucking familiar.
Yeah,
but
yeah. I hadn't seen it in a while, but I knew he was in there, and I was like,
I had to fucking
this
like
is cool.
IMDb the fucking movie because I was like, dude, why is this guy so fucking just familiar? Yeah, man.
Wow.
He's fucking hilarious.
And also, they have it was like in Hot Fuzz they bring in the guy who
his co-star.
his co-star in Black Books
Who
to
plays,
play
the
the
two
front desk
twins.
sergeants. Yeah.
Yeah, and him,
Right.
him and his twin brother. Yeah.
Yep.
So
I honestly did not click at any point that I was. It's because like he's such a shitty person in the movie.
yeah, it's fucking
and I
hilarious.
he's
just didn't
awful.
even.
So, like,
yeah,
I
I
mean,
didn't even
like,
like come to realize that he was
it's-
actually from Black Books. and
It's
he's the main
great
fucking
because
character.
like in Black Book, he's like a different flavor of shitty in that
Oh.
one. Like,
Yeah, he really.
he's like he gets nothing but like paid to be a prick like in everything. It's fucking great. But yeah, who does he play? Oh fuck, what's the name of his character in Shaun of the Dead? It's like they call him Dafts or whatever, but I forget the name.
Yeah, I can't remember. Oh, David. His name is David.
Is it David? Okay. And he's like a total fucking prick. I thought it was funny as fuck. What did so like Sean and his girly girl. What's her name again, dude? Or soon to be ex. That
I always forget their names.
yeah.
Oh, it's like
Just the
Lisa
girlfriend,
or I
Yeah,
don't
there you go.
remember what the fuck.
Yeah, it was
Liz.
Elizabeth.
Oh,
Lizzie.
Elizabeth. Yeah, Liz. Yeah.
So the both of them, like I was saying before, they have like fucking sort of toxic relationships with their friends. They're almost like codependent, but like a parasitic, one-way codependency or whatever. Like Sean does not need his fucking friends, and I have to say the same with Liz. But it's really funny because like Liz's friends are very fucking nosy. Like throughout the whole movie, they're just like basically right on her shoulder about everything.
And Roland, I actually, I'm going to call into question. I think they're codependents, but not that they are unnecessary like relationships for Sean and for Liz.
No,
I don't know Liz's shit too specifically, but it's also unclear what she does for a living.
yeah, she's
Sean-
the fucking chick on the couch.
Sean needs Ed because of the actual like sociality between them. They're actually friends. And
Yeah,
Pete
they are.
helps pay the other half of the rent that Ed's not paying.
But what?
So-
Oh no, I mean, you're right. Like literally, yes. But I'm like, what I was talking about, like what as to how the characters.
And I don't know if that's toxic.
Well, like the way the movie sort of runs is that Ed is a bad influence on Sean. Like Sean.
I think that's the wrong message.
You think so?
I think that's the wrong takeaway. Yeah.
Because I mean, he. Like,
I think that's what like Liz and her friends probably think of Ed, because he just does whatever he does, and he doesn't have some sort of like,
I guess,
position or job in his, or like something in his life that they see as should be someone who's ambitious or something like that.
Keep fucking Ed from killing, or keeping Sean from killing himself.
I'm not saying I'm not saying that like he isn't important to Sean. Like personally, I'm just mean that like the way they sort of describe the movie is that like Sean needs to like, you know, grow the fuck up about like the way he does things, and like Ed is one of those things or factors in there that keeps him from doing that. Like later on at one point, like he you know, he snaps at Ed, telling him like, you've been fucking things up for me all the time, and like I'm not gonna let you keep doing this kind of thing. So that's just what I was thinking there. Like, I'm not saying that I think Ed is cool as fucking hilarious, and like he's a good, for the most part, he's a good friend. I'd have to say better than Liz's friends or whatever.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
That like they seem more like cronies than friends or what. And David's character is like, he's such a he's a total creep. Like, it's hilarious. How he is constantly fucking like putting himself in between Sean and Liz. Yeah, like constantly.
But it's revealed that he's in love with her.
Yeah, exactly. But like she rejected him, and then like he shacked up with Liz's, you know, a girlfriend or there to stay close to her, and it's just like, wow, that's pathetic.
It's a dick move.
Yeah.
And it's funny is that she said she's come to terms with that as well.
Yeah, she accepted that as well. So it's like she's cool with being like, you know, the second, like the bronze medal or whatever. Like this woman has like a real shitty I guess
well, this may just her self-esteem.
Yeah, she has a real shitty sense of self-esteem.
I fucking love when Sean and Liz are arguing about her friends or whatever. And Liz refers to her as a failed actress, and then Sean
and a twat.
Twat. And then Sean's like, I never called her a failed actress.
Yeah, that was great. That's what I wanted to talk about mostly. Just that one line was so fucking awesome. I never called her a failed actress. Like, and you see his face too. He's like, oh, bitch. Yeah, that was fucking hilarious. Like Sean doesn't.
There is some sort of issues going on between each of their friends and stuff like that. Like Sean, everyone's got their issues in this whole movie,
right? So like Sean doesn't really see himself as a problem in anything. Like he's content, but like because like he's able to just manage like the things that other people fucking see as problems until it reaches a breaking point. You know, the fucking apocalypse is where like he finally can't you know, keep ahead of all of these little things anymore, and that's when he finally like that's what fucking you know, made him change.
Well, I mean, because he does want Liz as a girlfriend,
right?
But she wants something more, and he's not willing to kind of go along with that. He doesn't really give a fuck
about that. Like he's torn between like, you know, wanting to give a shit about, you know,
I wouldn't say he doesn't. I don't think he doesn't give a shit about it. He's just distracted, like with the same mundane shit that he does all the time. You know?
Right? So. Exactly. I mean, he seems to sort of have like I said, he's sort of content with not necessarily the bare minimum, but like where he stands in life. Even though like you can tell he fucking hates his job.
I feel attacked in this movie a lot, but I will say this. Maybe it's about Sean. Is that he just wants to be able to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Right. Yeah.
And so, yeah, you put up with the, you know, shitty 9 to 5.
Right.
But the rest of his time, you know, he's playing video games, drinking beer, you know, fucking.
Yeah, he's happy with that.
Yeah. Like he's good with that,
But-
and so.
But then, like, you
I
have
can relate.
Right, absolutely, dude. Like, I was watching this, like, man, this guy has a fucking great life. Like, fuck, I want that. Like,
And you won't
like,
put in a fucking application at Whataburger, you
Yeah.
fucking cunt.
Yeah, no. They're gonna make me cut my hair, Daniel. All right,
No,
Those
they'll make you
assholes.
put it back. Don't be a little
Yeah.
pussy.
They'll make me
Fuck
shave.
you.
I actually I haven't put in an application with them for a while, but
Oh no, you're gonna pay me $10 an hour and I have to shave? That sounds awful.
it does. You better buy me that razor too, you cunts. And I don't want any fucking cheap ass Barbasol either. I want the good stuff.
What are you talking about? Barbasol is the good stuff.
Get that shit out of here.
That fucking sensitive skin mix they have, that shit's that beard busting technology. They got
just-
it on lock, man.
They just fucking hit you in the face with like a bar, like a bar of soap and a sock or whatever. There, bitch. Make it work. Yeah, we'll see. Ha. But so, I guess where should
I
we
think
go?
we've actually like just creating the scenario that or part of the plot that they do have
Right,
issues
yeah, I
and
mean,
which
we're
kind of play
describing-
out later on.
So
in
we
the movie.
pretty much described the main characters.
Yeah. So I mean,
without really going into the plot, which
and
everybody at this point should
basically the
know.
plot is fucking zombies start appearing. The world's
There's
coming
that-
to an end, so
That
to speak.
hard ZWord. Yep.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
do we ever find out? We don't ever really find out why.
No, like they intentionally cut
zombies.
those parts out. Like they like towards the end of the at the end of the movie, they're watching like some news clips or news reports, and one of them says like, "Oh yeah, they thought it was a concentrated thing of this," and like was debunked. And like another one, they say it happened because of, and like the channel cuts away, or
Yeah.
that kind of shit. I think. I don't know. I don't quite remember if like when they saw the front pages of the newspapers that it said the reason. I think that one, it was more of the same. It was just like so and so was dead, or like group of people, like a body's mutilated or something like that. It never.
Yeah.
They never ever specifically say why, which I thought was fucking funny and easy enough to run with, because it's like, why? What does it matter? Who
Well,
cares?
they kind of did that in the original Night of the Living Dead as well. Like there's never really I mean,
Doesn't
from
ever
what
explain.
I remember is that there's never really an explanation as to why
yeah.
things happen. It's not until like I think the later movies, and then like if you watch Return of the Living Dead, there's a canister that the military's that has like dead bodies and
where,
shit,
like,
and then it
Agent
leaks,
X.
and then like and then it spreads all over the fucking
drums.
The ooze.
yeah. And at some point or another, it's the military who's creating these like bioweapons and shit like that. So, and it kind of gets unleashed, and then the military has to deal with it, all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in this case, it doesn't really get explained, but it does get resolved at the end of the movie, because
Oh man,
they've kind of like they've gone like, I guess the word is, it assimilated the zombies into society.
I mean,
Yeah.
sort of like they turn them into like a sideshow attraction, pretty much. What is it they do? They put them on like some game shows.
Game shows, they have them as like doing like menial jobs, like
There was
pushing carts,
one, right? Yeah,
stuff like that.
what's his
Pushing
face?
carts and shit.
The
Yeah.
shithead coworker or whatever ends up being like,
Oh yeah.
he ends up being chained to a shopping cart, and like he's a like a fucking a shopping cart caddy for the rest of his undead life or whatever. It's super funny, like that, because I think at one point Sean tells him like, I'm 29, I've got things I want to do with my life just like you. And
When?
yeah, he fucking total piece of shit. He just like, when? Like, oh, fuck you. And then, in the end, like, he's the one that ends up getting fucked out of anything, and fucking Sean.
Roland, quit feeling just attacked by that, okay? Since we're
I
in
know.
our 30s and like,
Yeah, right. I'll never amount to anything. Man, when am I going to get my life together? And he's not fucking 29 in that movie. Come on. Wow.
He could have been.
Yeah, for like, yeah, he's 29. You're fucking 13. Yeah, everybody's happy.
Yeah.
So right, what happens? Like, so he breaks up, or his girlfriend breaks up with him, and then like he spends the weekend like just sort of getting hammered and like.
It's not even the weekend. It's like the next
Wasn't
day.
it?
You know. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because he got confused and he thought it was.
Yeah. He hangs out with Ed at the Winchester, which is the pub that they go to, and basically Ed's just saying like "fuck her, man," like just there's plenty of fish in the sea, all that kind of shit.
Right.
And
he's like,
and Sean is distraught because he wants Liz, and he doesn't really know how to like deal with that, so he just cries and shit.
Right. And so then they get shit faced. And
which Ed does the friend thing to do in that situation is you get your friend drunk and say "fuck that bitch,"
fuck
and
that
then
bitch,
you just, and you just hang out, you know.
And then you end up like fucking back home scratching those albums.
And sometimes that friend plays guitar. So gently during those times.
Or you play electro records or some shit.
Right, yeah. You mean hip hop?
Yeah, hip hop records. Yeah.
So he doesn't actually go to work the next day though, right? Like he just
No, because I think it's because like it's I guess he has a day off on that particular day.
I don't know, like he dresses up like he's gonna go to work, but like he just
he's still wearing the same clothes.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten all those clothes yet.
Yeah, he doesn't even go make it back to his room. He like sits down in the kitchen.
So was it like right at the very beginning of the movie where fucking Sean sits down to play games with Ed, and Ed's like, "Don't you have to work today?" And then it's like, "Oh fuck, okay, I'm out."
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically exactly.
Okay, cool. I just couldn't remember like when the fuck that happened in the movie, because I thought it was like he was at work earlier in the movie, and then like the next day or some shit, he was just like, "Oh fuck!" Like,
no,
it's
like
don't you
as we can. That's probably like another example of Ed being a good friend. He comes to play video games, and he's like, "Wait a minute, you got to go to work."
Right.
And he's like, "Oh yeah."
He's a secretary. That's a vital.
I mean, he takes his messages and
bad influence my ass.
I mean, he just doesn't pay for anything. That's all. Like,
yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah.
But he makes sure that Sean can pay for the rent by making sure he goes to work. So
so
I'd say he's putting in his
he's a pretty
time.
Good friend. Yeah. Yeah. He's. I mean, I
contributes to the household.
I think he's a good friend, but like in like the way everyone else sees him is that he's a bum kind of thing.
Yeah, but fuck those everyone else.
Yeah, because they'll end up.
They don't see what Ed's doing behind the scenes, getting fucking Sean to work.
He's the
making
glue
sure
that holds Sean's world together.
Making sure he's coping with his distraught life.
Because he's closest to the fridge almost all the time.
I mean, he certainly fucking drinks them. Didn't he say that? Like he asked him to clean up, and then he comes back from work.
He gets back and he's like, "I did, but I had a few beers after the place was trash."
That was awesome.
So basically, when everything starts going to shit, this is like that very next day after they get drunk and stuff like that, and you see hints of it as they're walking home.
Well, I mean, there's like
zombies in the background
in the beginning when like
pretty much like,
and he gets hit by that fucking kid with the soccer ball, and he's like, "You're dead," and he just walks away. And then the next day, like that kid's a fucking zombie, and
kicks him in the head with a fucking soccer ball again.
Yeah, somehow. Fucking does
this comes up to the scene involving the Cornetto where when he after Sean wakes up after Sean wakes up after writing on the whiteboard that after he got drunk he's gonna get Liz back all that kind of shit. He gets up to go to the store, which he tends to do every morning,
and he asks Ed like, do you want anything, and he's like, Cornetto.
And that's basically the scene.
The link for this trilogy.
Yeah, the link.
So he doesn't actually get him one though, does he? Doesn't he just?
He does.
I thought he just got a drink and came back. I didn't see him.
No, he got a drink. He got the ice cream,
which is actually kind of interesting when you look at like Sean's day to day, because the first. I think in the first scene when he goes to the convenience store, he picks up a Diet Coke first and then puts it back and then grabs a Coke. And then he does the reverse on the day that like the zombie shit's happening.
Yeah.
That's funky.
But yeah, because I mean,
like,
yeah,
that point,
he's
trying
just little weird things that are like just inserted into these movies.
He's trying to improve his health at that point, right? Like that's the day that he stopped smoking, and
yeah,
I guess he's gonna start drinking diet. And
I mean, Roland,
that doesn't fucking last.
I don't know if you saw. I mean, he does get the ice cream. He goes back to the house, and
I didn't remember seeing
after he sees Ed sees the girl in the back, and they start like all that shit happens where he like they're throwing shit at her, and then she dies. Right. They push her on the pipe. She gets back up. Right, kind of freaked out. They're sitting on the couch, and he's eating the fucking Cornetto ice cream.
Yep.
Yes. I saw that. I thought he just like got that from the freezer or some shit. Like, I didn't see that.
No. Yeah. And I mean, in Hot Fuzz, Nick Frost's character is eating Cornetto ice cream.
Yeah, when they're out on patrol.
There's also, and then later, like in that movie, when Sean's kind of dejected or disenchanted or what have you, disempowered.
Does he? I thought they just went and got
fucking. Fucking Cop Frost asks Cop Simon, you know, like, do you want anything from the shop? And he's like, Cornetto.
Okay.
And just a quick side note as to...
I thought that was one of your favorite movies, Roland. How do you know?
It is, and I know. Like, I don't know why I never paid attention. I mean, like, I know the scene you're talking about, but I don't remember those lines where he actually says the words.
Are you telling me that like you've maybe never really paid attention to this movie that is allegedly one of your favorite movies?
Not every fucking
it's Roland's favorite movie to have in the background.
Yeah, I guess so, man.
I usually notice something different every fucking time I watch it.
I hate you so much.
For not being such a true fan.
For not paying attention, Roland. It doesn't cost anything.
Yes,
it's right up your alley. It's free.
Attention. That attention costs me.
Fuck
Daniel.
you, man.
It takes a portion of me with it.
No, dude.
I can't.
I'm kind of disgusted right now.
Thank you, Daniel.
I'm not really joking either. God damn it, Roland.
I know.
Okay, so the little side note about the Cornetto thing was that they used it later on in their movies to kind of get free ice cream, like they did in Hot Fuzz. Hold on, let me.
Oh no, go on. It's because I'm looking. I'm gonna look for that one part right now. I got the movie on. I want to see him say it.
But after everything goes to shit, their plan is to go. There's various versions of the plan that they kind of come up with until they finally
I think there's a great
come up into that
scene
point
that we skipped because what's the first two zombies they killed? Because there's first that chick that we talked about how, or you guys talked about how they pushed her onto the pole accidentally and then she got right back up. Right. But then that dude shows up because they go back inside. There's like, and watching TV, like, what do we do? And and I was like, well, as long as we stay inside, we're safe. And then the fucking zombos break the window. Yeah. And so they go outside with a fucking record collection of fucking Sean's, and they're fucking debating as to which fucking disc to throw. And it's just fucking funny, man. It's like they're so fucking stupid. It's like, yeah, they're like watching on the news, like, oh, you gotta like basically break the brain, right? You know, yeah, let's throw some LPs at
decapitate
them.
or
decapitate or squash it.
But yeah, it's because he found the record that Pete had thrown out the night before, and he chucked it, and he saw that it stuck to the guy's face, so they go get the fucking box of records.
That was like
I thought the first one missed.
No, yeah, it was like the third disc that got thrown hit the guy in the face and like a piece.
They threw that one first, and that like triggered them to kind of go and get the other box of records to start throwing at them. And like the records that you hear, like Purple Rain, he's like no, he's like Sign of the Times, he's like no. And those are Prince records for for anyone who doesn't know.
What does he say? Like there's one that belongs to Liz, and he's like, eh.
It's like Sade.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's why he's like. Then that's the one he
Which pissed
chucks.
me off
Yeah.
because I love Sade. Like, why would you pitch a Sade album, particularly on vinyl? Fuck, man. I really do like Sade. Fuck you guys.
Oh, I
Hey,
found
Sade's good. I'm not gonna.
I found it.
Won't
Daniel,
knock you for
thank
that, Daniel.
Oh, you found it, eh?
Yeah, you want anything from the shop? Cornetto. There you go. I see it now. Ah, yes.
Good
I
job,
need to
Roland.
watch this shit with subtitles. That's what it is.
No, you just need to listen and
Pay
watch.
attention.
Never. Never. I need 3 fucking screens, all right, before I'm going to be happy. Right now, I've got 2 fucking screens for my fucking TV, but you know what? And my phone, but I want 3 screens, my phone, and a tablet, and then we'll see. I'll
But
be
you
set.
have 3 screens. You just said you have 3 screens. You have
No,
a
no,
phone,
no.
you have the fucking TV, and then you have that monitor right there.
Sorry, I meant 3 computer screens, and then the other 2 are they're just fluff. You know, they're just.
So you want 5 screens available to you.
basically.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder you missed out on certain dialogue from Hot Fuzz when you have fucking
On
14 other
everything.
fucking. And are you reading at the same time?
Yeah.
Like, and are you trying to knit? You know, like.
Right. Yeah. With my feet. Huh. Takes a skill, certain skill, and it keeps me from getting completely bored with life.
Well, Daniel, I think we haven't seen
Well,
Roland.
this is why Roland hasn't gotten a job. He's so busy with all these hobbies.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah, exactly. Doing
Hands
nothing
and feet are
fucking
tied, literally, to
takes-
projects. Like,
takes a lot of effort and
His,
a lot
his
of
feet are
energy.
knitting. He's watching a movie.
Right.
Holding a book in
and
his
taking
hands.
notes. He's
And
reading
he's
a book
got-
at the same time.
and he's
I'm
got his
skimming through
phone where he's
Reddit.
testing us.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Reddit.
and then he has like the other monitor where like the YouTube's playing as well.
Yeah, then
yeah.
Hot Buzz is on the other one, or
And,
whatever
like,
Cinekuest video
I'll
we're gonna
switch
do for the
between
month.
YouTube and Twitch and what am I forgetting? I mean, I have all the streaming services. Like those, they're so boring. You know? All right, let's see what's on Hulu. Oh, nothing. Cool. Netflix. Oh, nothing. All right. Amazon Prime. Nah. All right. Plex. Ah, damn it. I already seen all that. Let's see what else. Ray. I got Ray's Shutter information. I've got that Pluto TV. Let's see. I know I'm forgetting.
Isn't
one
Pluto
more in
TV
there.
just like regular TV that
Yeah.
comes off like?
Yeah,
it's-
but they've got some cool
it's
stuff
internet
on there.
based, yeah, because they have various channels. Like they have a
Yeah, like action.
like I got to
fucking
watch like the
MTV.
they have a Doctor Who channel.
Yes,
and they also
they
have
do. Classic
they
Who.
have a classic Beavis Butt episodes that stream
Yeah,
on one of the channels for a few
Yep,
hours
yep.
a day.
not bad for free 99. So
Yeah, and that's actually how I watched that one. Goddamn, that Danny McBride movie where he was the karate instructor.
Foot Fist Way.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's, I first saw that on Pluto. Like actually,
wow. That's
yeah.
cool.
So
Wow.
like it's got some decent shit, man.
Yeah. So like I've got all that, and it's living. Back to
Sounds tough.
zombies. Yeah. Oh, you have no idea the struggle. I mean, I just
You're
had
almost
my
like
second,
you're like
I just had
Nelson
my
Mandela.
second serving of Frito pie casserole, man.
Yeah,
and
it's real nice that your mom rubs your feet every night before you go to bed too. I guess like because you just work so hard.
that
You
is
know?
disgusting. What do I look like? Ray, give me a break. Fuck that. Gross. I use the foot massage machine for that. You know, the one where like you put your feet in and it's got like some warm water.
And you go,
it's kind of like vibrates.
Beatsies, hurtsies.
There's that for some reason makes me think of this fucking.
And my tumblies wombly.
I need my chicken tendies
And beans.
and beans. No, I make those for myself. Instant pot, man. Oh yeah, best. Like 40 minutes, boom.
And by instant pot, you mean like, Mom, put in this much water.
Don't forget the salt.
Oh shit.
It's a tough
Okay.
life, guys. What can I say?
Okay. All right. Jesus Christ.
Also, fuck you. Christ.
There it is.
For turning this into a fucking bit. Fuck yourself. Where were we, bitches? Where were we?
Well, this has just turned into a true crime podcast, Roland, because it's criminal how you're getting away scot-free right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. You'll never catch me.
Fucking criminal mastermind Roland over here.
You're gonna fucking come and take me out, Columbo. Psha. Do it, bitch.
He didn't have a sweet jacket.
You got fucking Columbo and Detective Stabler over here.
We talked about when they started like throwing the records and stuff like that, and then again they're watching the news, and they're trying to figure out like what to do after that guy kind of like comes in and freaks them out, and they end up killing him.
And like you get a little preview of what it's like to be in Sean's mind.
Oh no, not yet. Because first after they throw the discs, they break into the shed and Ed gets a shovel and Ed has a cricket bat.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they
dispose of the first two zombos, right?
Yeah,
and they go back inside.
Yeah,
like, well, what do we do? And then that's when you get into Sean's mind for the plan.
Yeah, that was really
ahead,
funny.
Roland.
What does he say though? Like when he breaks into the shed, they're like, "It's locked," and like he just fucking like hurls himself into it.
Yeah.
Just shatters the door.
Why is it locked? I don't know. It's always locked.
Yeah.
I was going to talk about like the variety of plans that Sean goes over.
Like, it gives you like a little peek into like the way Sean's brain works or whatever. What were the first? He had like 3 plans, didn't he?
It was
he
go
was
to
supposed
Liz's.
It was supposed to go to mom's.
No, sorry, it was go to mom's, kill
Phil.
his stepfather, because she call and he finds out that he's been attacked, and they're like, well, I guess we got to kill Phil. So they're very fucking like, almost happy or what, like they're very casually like amused.
Sorry, Phil.
Yeah. It's always like they go to the house and like his mom's there and she's like, oh hi, all smiles, and then like they turn around and murder Philip, and like they just like sort of skip off hand in hand back to the car with her mother.
Go get Liz, and then go back to their apartment.
Their apartment, right?
And
then
have tea and wait for this whole thing to blow over.
He's got like a white mug. He's drinking tea on it. It just says cool on it.
Yeah.
And like everybody's got a huge fucking grin. They're happy and just like, yay. What was the second plan? They go kill Phil.
They go to his mom's. They kill Phil.
They kill Phil.
Then they go to Liz's, and then they.
But they go to like, I forgot where they go somewhere
There's
else.
something else, but they still end up at like the apartment.
Yeah.
Drinking tea, wait for all to blow over.
And then
the last iteration of the plan
is the one they sort of run with, I think. And that's where
go to mom's, kill Phil, get Liz, go to the Winchester, have a nice cold pint, and wait for the whole thing to blow over.
Everybody's happy. Yeah, exactly.
And in every scenario, like everyone's happy. They're skipping. Like they actually at some point there, Sean is carrying Liz, and I think Ed is carrying his mom.
Oh, yeah. The whole time, man, Ed trying to hit on his mom was fucking funny as shit, man.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. What does he say? Oh, fuck. Like when he's taking messages, taking voicemail for Sean, he's like, your mom called, and then Liz called, and then...
They wanted to know where you're going to eat out, then your mom called.
She said she wanted to eat out.
Yeah. If I wanted to eat her out, like, what?
Yeah. So basically, they go to his mom's house, and Phil's kind of not in any sort of zombie state. Yeah,
he's in the last stages of.
And of course, it's not as easy as they planned. It's more dramatic.
That's sort of like what I liked about this movie. It's a fucking comedy as all hell, but like they put in some moments here where you're just like, God damn, and that's usually like when they actually approach the situation.
Well, yeah, like when he goes to the house and his mom's like, "Hi, like, are you hungry?" He's like, "No."
Right.
Like, "I'll make sandwiches."
Yeah.
Okay. And he goes to try to go ask Phil. And he's like, "Sorry, Phil." And then Phil's like, "For what? What'd you do this time?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh fuck, you're still alive. God damn it!" Like,
you're not my dad, Phil. Like, even though like apparently the Phil and his mother have been married for 17 fucking years.
yeah.
So like he's still
Met
like
him when he was a
acting like a
teenager and
kid.
shit,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. He's like, what?
You're
And
not
it
my
turns
real
out,
dad.
yeah, exactly. Like they got married when he was 12, and he still like acts the same way. So they pick up his dad, and they get in the car, and then well, no, they're about to get in the car, and then they get attacked by the zombies. The father gets bit, again, and it's this is the point where you're just like, yeah, he's absolutely fucked. And then so they get in the car and go and try to pick up Liz and her roommates, and so
Well, I mean, there wasn't the plan wasn't to get
Get the
her
roommates,
friends,
yeah.
the
no,
roommates.
but like
they're
they
there.
weren't gonna, but like
But they ended up
they're
becoming
attached
part
at
of the
the hip.
plan. Yeah.
They're attached at the hip, and I think Creepo Dave is like, well, I'm not going if Liz isn't going. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm not staying by myself. It's like, oh god damn it, dude.
But then of course,
as
they're
he's telling his
arguing and
fucking
shit-
girlfriend this, like,
and Sean had to climb through the window because the whole like front
Right.
yard of the
was
fucking complex
full of
was zomboed
zombies,
out. Yeah.
and like the doors were locked.
So, but when they finally decided to bug out, man, you see Sean go into straight up just like
Murder mode.
Merc mode. Yeah, he just fucking straight icing fucking zombos.
Yeah.
No mercy,
And
And it wasn't good enough that he just knocked him down. No, he had to like give like 2 more whacks to this like
just to,
nugget of one that
double
fell
tap,
down.
triple tap. Yeah, so there are some really pretty serious moments in the movie. They're not a lot of them, but there's still like we said, when he sort of has all of this fucking, like, I guess almost 2 decades of fucking like pent up frustration or whatever that he has to like resolve on the spot. Between himself and his father or stepfather and his mother, because she at one point gets frustrated. She's like, bitch, I married this motherfucker. Like, can you at least, cut me some slack? Like, why you gotta be such a bitch? Like, I was like, wow, you held that in for fucking almost 20 years, lady. Holy fuck. And
well,
like,
I mean, she kind of like I think since Sean is like her only son, as it
Right.
seems, like she kind of babies him. Yeah, she spoils him and babies him a little bit.
like all only sons.
That's not true. That is not true.
Bullshit.
That is not true.
Ray's mom looks up as she's giving him a foot rub.
Jesus Christ. Back to the movie. God damn.
So like, yeah, they pick up Liz and they all get into the car, and like Phil basically starts realizing that he's fucked. And that's when, like, there was, how many of them were there? Like 6 people jammed into one little fucking car. And Philip has a heart-to-heart with Sean right there. He's like, oh yeah, basically the same thing that like his mother told Sean. It's like they don't talk to each other for the longest fucking time, and this shit happens, and it's just like all of it comes out. The father's like, yeah, I just wanted you to be tough, like I wanted you to look up to me, like I've always loved you, and Sean's just there like, what?
Well, it was a little sweeter than that because
I mean, yeah.
No, because that whole role model thing, like he had only hoped that like he could be the dude that Sean looked up to.
Right.
Sort of
Yeah,
thing.
he wanted to be his role
That was
model.
super sweet, man.
No, it was like, and Sean is just like, oh, I'm an asshole, like
Yeah,
that's
he's
when he
sitting there
finally
like
starts
fucking
to like,
crying and shit. Probably
Yeah.
even before like the death happens, he's just like, holy crap, like
yeah, because he knows what's gonna happen. Like he knows
this
that
guy's not a dirtbag, like.
Yeah.
right. No, absolutely not. And it's actually like the exact opposite.
surprisingly, like we said, surprisingly for a comedy and horror movie,
there are a lot of moments.
There's a lot of it
that.
crosses a bunch of genres in this.
You know how
movie.
in other movies we talk about alternative castings, they should have had Peter fucking Weller.
Peter Weller
play RoboCop play fucking dad, because they look so similar, man.
That's funny. I'm a pretty big fan of the actor that played Philip in this one. I forget the guy's name. He's done a lot of stuff, and he's I really like him in the Cornetto movies.
I thought you were gonna say you really liked him in like
Underworld.
What's the Underworld?
You jackass! I knew you were fucking thinking that. As the Lord of the Vampires. Get the fuck out of here, Ray.
But you liked him in that, didn't you?
Yeah, bitch. But I wasn't gonna say that one at all. You ass monkey. I was talking about the Cornetto trilogy here, like. My favorite role that he has is in Hot Fuzz, as he plays.
Obviously, it does come out in Hot Fuzz.
Fucking hilarious.
But I mean, I had to bring that up because it's like industrial metal, and that's like pretty much the personification of you.
I mean,
I am honestly surprised your favorite bands aren't like Ministry and Nine Inch Nails or
like
something.
Spine Shank or fucking.
What cinema is to you, Roland?
Or fucking Power Man 5000, Static X. I could go on, Ray, because I know you're being a bitch, so I might as well feed the beast.
I'm just
glad you admitted to it. Feed this beast too. I wonder how many bands you can name.
Oh well, that was just industrial. I was actually going to start talking about my favorite metal bands, but
no, stay industrial.
Okay, let me.
This is the rules
for a second. I mean, Marilyn Manson's kind of okay.
Hands off the keyboard,
No. Hands are where you can't see them. It's okay. You're safe. Let's see.
That's how they always are, dumbass. This is audio only.
Yeah, you get it. I'm so glad you're keeping up. Yeah, bitch. Let's see. Fuck.
Give you time to Google. So continue.
No. I'm not. I'm still trying to think. Like you. Fuck. Oh.
Yeah.
I
said that band.
You guys know them before.
I've heard of the
14 volt or fuck. I can't remember the name of these guys. It's annoying. You suck. Damn, I really like them too. I've got their album around here somewhere.
So way to carry out your threat. Shut up, bitch. All right, back to the
whatever.
Guys.
Okay.
Your bullshit's distracted me.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So basically, to kind of like round out some of these things.
Anymore. Fuck you.
To round out this movie, we want to just kind of go over, like we said, this movie is a comedy, it is a horror movie, and it is a bit of a drama, sort of, because there's many elements to this movie. What are your... I'm not gonna say there's favorite dramatic parts, but we did talk about the scene with Phil, and that was kind of like a drama between the stepfather and his son.
My favorite dramatic part was
not necessarily favorite, but like just going over some of the dramatic
parts. The best
parts,
one is easily when David is when they make it to the Winchester, the bar, and it turns out that David is going to shoot Sean's mother, and like Ed and Sean like both break beer bottles and like they jump in his face.
Yeah.
And then like the girlfriend David's girlfriend is like, wait, this isn't fair, and like Ed like gives her the bottle and she's like, okay, and she points it at Sean.
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking hilarious. It was stupid, but like because I mean, really, David is a prick, but like he was right to do that at this point. But Sean was like distraught, and so that's to be expected in how like he reacted. But
well, yeah, I mean, I think David would have. You could probably say like David was just kind of doing it, playing that cold person in the sense, right, because and he also hates Sean too.
Says that as well, but she's like, look, David's right, even though he's like being a twat, and and it was hilarious.
I mean, the scene where obviously Sean's like talking to his dying mother, that's fairly dramatic as well. And then I think the scene at the very end when.
But was that your favorite, Ray, or did you have another one?
No, I think the favorite is
two?
like when I guess the dramatic scene is when he's talking with Ed, and yet they're still doing that whole friend thing, and he's like in the middle of dying.
Oh, right. He's like,
and he's still farting.
Sorry, Sean.
Yeah.
Like, no, don't apologize. No, I'm really sorry.
I'm really
Sean.
sorry. Yeah. He's always ripping ass.
And as they're going up
that was pretty funny.
That little elevator thing.
Yeah.
And he says, he's like, I love you too, Ed. And he's like, gay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's some good good dramatic scenes as well.
Yeah. Favorite actual drama scene was when Sean goes when they're in the Winchester and he pops back to start fucking with the breakers.
Yeah.
And boom, there's zombos. It's like game over, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Right. He walks back like fucking looking pretty sullen and shit. And Liz is like, "What's wrong?" He's like,
we have a problem."
Yeah. Yeah. He does look like pretty much like how he's sort of resigned to the fact that like, okay, we're probably gonna die now. Like they followed me. There's like, fuck, really?
Yeah, I mean, he's also trying to like, I guess, resolve the fact that he may have fucked everyone's life up at this point. Yeah, right. So he's just kind of like, that's it. Like, I mean, thinking it was all going to work out, which it probably could have if no one had made a sound.
What if they didn't go fuck with the breakers? Like, because those zombies are just like hanging out there for the longest time. Like, if they didn't see anybody go to the back. Like,
so what fucked it up wasn't even him. Like if this hadn't happened, like Sean would have they would have probably been fine. And that was when David when David like gets close to the window and they break through the window, and then like. He fucking dies like in the
that shit was already fucked up because of the jukebox.
Right.
Yeah. But but then the thing is they start making like again,
they don't actually break in until the girlfriend opens the doors.
Yeah.
Like fully break in.
Well, I mean, but they still could have probably gotten in and probably would have handled it a little bit better. You know.
I loved how Dave dies. I'm gonna say now.
That's the best.
Man, he gets freaked out, man.
That's the best.
Most hilarious. Like, did you guys see his face? Like when they start turning into he does that.
You see, like his tongue.
He looks like a jackass. Like he's so funny, dude.
Yeah, like he has that tongue. Like I don't know if you guys seen fucking is it Borat? Where he's
not a long ass time.
Well, there's a scene in Borat where he goes into like a church, and they're trying to get him to speak in tongues, and he starts going like, like with this type of shit. That's what like David has a little scene where like they're like ripping him open. He's going like,
yeah, and like they fucking tear off his arms, and then Liz and the friend tear off his fucking legs, and it's just like wow. And then what does she do? The girlfriend holds on to the girlfriend holds onto the leg and like she starts
a weapon,
beating him.
Yeah.
Like, I'll save you. I need to. Like, what? How? What the fuck?
That is the best. One of the best death scenes in a zombie movie.
I concur,
hilarious.
Man. Like,
it was so fucking funny.
Just ripping into his fucking guts and shit. I mean, it like reminded me of like it wasn't all liquefied and shit, but like the eating scene was like reminded me of Trolls.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty funny. I always thought that was just
but like what
he deserves.
Oh yeah, like he got it the worst, and because he was a fucking asshole, you know. So
yeah, he was.
Yeah,
and I thought they were gonna shoot him. You know, like every time I watch that movie, I'm like, they're gonna pull that gun out, they're gonna like mercy kill him before like the worst happens.
I'd actually forgotten how he died, and I was expecting Sean to shoot him.
Yeah, and then it didn't.
And then I was like, oh yeah, woo!
Yeah, they just let him get fucking brutalized. You imagine if he turned into a zombie, like he'd be the shittiest zombie too, because like he would have all this. He'd just be like a nub, just like screwing around with his shoulders and shit.
Oh yeah. I was thinking it would be funny if he ended up being like on that fucking TV show or whatever, like the girlfriend would be there talking about how I still love him, like we're together. He's like a zombie or whatever on the screen and shit, like how they had it.
But that girl just fucking committed suicide. Just
yeah,
running into
pretty
that
much.
fucking
Like
horde,
she just runs into there and disappears, and they're like, "Whoop, fuck it."
yeah,
Okay.
she's dead for sure.
And
Yeah.
I mean, like it kind of has a happy ending for Ed, even like, even though like he gets infected and everything, but like at the end of the movie,
I just want to know why like he has to be a secret.
I mean, he really isn't, was
from
he?
The
they just sort of like they just
no she I think she knows that he's out there.
He just says like, I'm gonna go to the garden. She's like, yeah, okay, cool. And like
no, her response like almost like implies that she knows he's gonna go and hang out with Ed.
Like, I got said, but it's like, but why not just say like, hey, you know? Like,
because it's funny, dude. I don't know. Like,
and on top of that, I mean, as the audience, we don't know
like
what that means
games or whatever, you know, like
So like he goes to the garden, and you know what do you do when you go to the garden? You need your tools. You go into the where you keep your tools in the shed, and then he just goes over there and like.
I think that was just a nice surprise for the audience to kind of instead of like dead Ed is dead, dies, and we don't like see him or whatever, but we do see him at the end still fucking playing video games. So that kind of like makes it a happy ending, even though he's fucking dead.
Yeah, it is fucked up, but like it's that dark humor that this movie is really good with. When Philip becomes a zombie, Sean and his mother are like arguing in front of the car, and he's like, "There's nothing left of him. And he's not even human." And like
turns off the
radio. It's like click. Okay, we gotta go. It was fucking awesome. Yeah. So like, I love that. Like I mean, we all obviously do. Fucking dark humor is just the best.
Oh fuck yeah, man!
Are there any favorite scenes that you all have? Like, I mean, unless you've talked about them already.
That was
like specific ones.
I mean,
if it's not dramatic or whatever, just any sort of
David's death, and when they're having that fucking standoff with the broken beer bottles was
right. Okay,
pretty much my favorites parts.
What about you, Daniel?
I don't know, man. Like, kind of almost as a rule, I don't really care about movies with like vampires and zombies and shit like that. But this is like a really fucking hilarious movie. And I really can't say that I have a favorite scene because all the funny shit is kind of like all on balance as far as like kind of equally being humorous, depending on the context.
Okay, so you didn't have a scene that like made you laugh the hardest, I guess?
No, not really, man. Like it was just
all pretty even keeled.
Took it as like all kind of like an entire just took it as like an entire package. It's like, oh, this is a fucking funny ass movie. It's a good movie. Yeah. But there wasn't anything that just like just particularly stood out. And so that's my scathing assessment of the film.
So like the film, like it covers what would you say like 4 days? 2 days? Because I thought like it started on a Friday and then. That was, the day he goes into work. No, I guess it would have started on a Thursday because that's when they're in the bar. The next day, Sean goes to work. The next day he gets broken up with. That night he drinks until, through to Sunday. And then Monday is when everything is all, shot to shit.
Yeah, because I mean,
does it specify they like drank for like 2 days?
No.
I think they drink Saturday night on into Sunday because Pete wakes up and he's like, it's 4 a.m, and he's like, but it's Saturday, and he's like, no, it's Sunday.
And then
that's when
then Monday I think they spend the night in the Winchester, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I think that's no, because when he wakes up, he goes to the store and shit's already like going down.
Yeah.
So it just goes into Sunday. It goes into Sunday evening. No, like Monday. all that shit goes into Sunday evening, and then it kind of goes into, I guess, the night, or I guess like Monday morning. I guess what it would be.
I thought
it's over a weekend.
He does everything. When he picks everyone up and like they go to the Winchester, it's during the day, and I thought that was on the Monday.
No, that should be still on Sunday though, because everything starts on Sunday when he wakes up and goes to the store. Because it's still Sunday morning at 4 a.m, and then he falls asleep, wakes up, goes to the store, everything's gone to shit. Then
You're right.
everything in the backyard.
Yeah.
They go pick up Liz, the mom, and everyone else, and then they're at the Winchester at night on a Sunday.
And then Monday night is when it all like fucking when they're rescued, which I thought was really funny. Because you just see the fucking like bus pull
just
up
like,
or whatever.
I think it's probably like Monday
and the
morning.
armies pops out.
Yeah, they're just like zombies fire. It was like endless fucking assault rifles going off. Yeah, it was. I just laughed at that because they just show up and they're like, ah. Okay, so yeah, I guess it pretty much just covers the weekend.
Yeah, basically.
Did you have a favorite? Like, Ray, was it when like they're throwing all the records and shit?
I got a chuckle whenever they were like talking about the records and which ones to throw and stuff like that. But I think I guess as far as like one of my favorite scenes is when David dies because it's fucking brutal and hilarious at the same time because again they just start ripping him apart completely.
Right.
And
I'm so sorry, guys. Let me like repent being a dick.
Finally, when he was gonna stop being an asshole, and they
and he has the worst death out of fucking all of them, and even all the zombies on top of that.
Anyone in anywhere in the movie that has a death and like some like death involved, he
gets it the worst.
The worst. It's fucking great.
I pretty much like any scene with Nick Frost in there because I mean I think he's really funny.
He's hilarious.
But yeah, anytime he's on the screen is kind of like a good time, so to speak. But yeah, I mean, I like probably like Daniel. I don't have necessarily, other than that death scene, any other favorite scene in the movie. I just like the movie as a whole, or whenever Ed's on the fucking TV or on the screen, because again, he's fucking funny. So, or when you know what I think when he's giving like when he's talking to Sean about all the interesting characters in the bar.
Oh,
and then he says like that lady's like a porn star, like that old lady.
What does he call her? She's a coccicidal maniac.
yeah.
And the other guy was a bigamist. And
is Martin Freeman in At World's End at any point?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's like one of the main.
So he's in all three of the movies. So that ties the trilogy together.
Oh, there are lots of things, dude. Like the fact that a lot of the main scenes are in bars. A lot of the main characters or recurring characters on all three movies are there.
I mean, there's a lot of drinking in these three movies, and honestly, like watching them at the pub and stuff like that just makes you want to drink beer.
Does At the World's End have a shortcut joke like Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead do, where they run through the fences?
Because
I know Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz both have those fence jokes where it's like, never taken a shortcut before, face plant, that kind of shit into the.
I think it does, but I think it does with like when he's jumping like a bush.
Maybe
instead. I'm not too. I don't remember. I don't remember, but I mean I have to watch it again. So.
Yeah. We'll find out soon enough.
Absolutely.
But I have been wondering about that myself too.
What else? No, there are like, I know there are a few. I was thinking about it earlier. That all three movies use. I think that's most of them, though. I have to watch it again and see what else you can spot. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But so are we gonna move on to ratings?
That is correct. We're gonna go with ratings 1 to 5. Yeah, it's just basically 1 through 5 like we normally do.
You go first.
So I'll go. You want to go me first? I'm gonna say 4 out of 5 for this movie. It's funny. It has a lot of elements and depth to this movie, as a movie like this probably shouldn't. But it's enjoyable. It can be a movie that you can kind of watch with like pretty much anyone, and normally people get a kick out of it. But it still holds up after all these years of watching it, and it's still probably one of my favorites. So, again, because it goes in that, I guess I'm a horror fan, but I'm more of a horror comedy fan, and it's right up there with like Return of the Living Dead and shit like that. It's just fun movies to watch, also. So 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 for me. Did you say Dracula Dead and Loving It?
Yeah.
You know what? It's been a long time since I've seen that one, and the one thing I do remember from that movie is when like they're fucking staking that chick, and then the blood just constantly keeps pouring out, and they stake the chick, and the blood keeps constantly pouring out, and it's just like never ending and shit. And it's got Steven Weber from Wings, and I love fucking Steven Weber. So.
I love seeing Leslie Nielsen as a vampire with
vampire
bat. Excuse me. When he's got his face, you see his face on the fucking bat's body. He's just like, yeah. Yeah, it's great.
What about you, Daniel? What do you give this movie as a rating?
I'm gonna also give it a 4 out of 5. And that's with the whole thing in mind where I don't really care about like horror movies writ large. But it's funny, it's well shot, you know, there's a lot of dark humor in it. It's just a overall great package, you know, and there's nothing that really stands out about it. Other than the fact that it's just like overall funny and like and it's really like a well-packed movie, man, because it does have like the laughs and also like the tears and the fears and all that shit, you know, and
it almost feels like this kind of we could expect this kind of apocalypse to happen, even to us around. Believable.
Well, or how people react to the apocalypse, you know, like
sure,
which is I think the even like funnier point about this movie, you know, like because Sean like as a like show like all the Zombo shit going on, he's just going about his day. He doesn't even like look at these motherfuckers.
Everybody immediately becomes a total like action star badass or whatever. Like there's the scene like when they finally get a hold of a gun and like Sean can't hit shit, even though they're right in front of him. And until like
I relate to that very much.
Until Ed starts helping him and like calling his shots like they were in the beginning of the game when they're playing fucking Halo. He's like upper left, reload, and they're like boom.
Oh yeah, and that was a funny scene actually. That was a really funny scene. No, when everyone was like trying to call out like the times on the clock to him,
3:00,
and he's like, "What?" Like
11:45. Like what?
Don't make it too complicated. Like,
and then that's when Ed's like upper left, and he just swings the damn gun around and shoots somebody between the eyes. I was like, what the fuck? Finally. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
So what about you, Roland?
I'm sort of thinking about how my rating is for the trilogy. This is my least favorite of the 3 movies. I like all of them, obviously. So I'd probably give this like a 3.8. I want to give it a 4, but like I said, like the other, this isn't my most favoritist of the Cornetto Trilogy, and the thing is, like I never really watched the movie much over the years. Like this is the most amount of attention I've ever paid to this flick. Even though like
I'm not surprised, but
I like it.
I'm gonna say, and since we started doing this podcast, Roland, to movies in general.
Yo, maybe.
Actually, and one thing I want to say about this movie is that there was also some like very clever like social commentary thrown in it, with the shots of like early and later in the movie of like Sean's legs and him just like groaning because he's all hungover or whatever. So it's like he is a zombie in his own right.
Yeah.
And pretty much everyone in the town.
Yeah, exactly.
Has, like those zombie characteristics.
And I just found that like cute. Yeah.
Right. He's doing that long yawn, shuffling through shit life.
Ooh.
I mean, in the end, he doesn't really have to change much of himself after all. Like the circumstances force him through.
But at the end, whenever he gets up and he says, "What's the plan?" and she's like, basically,
she's the one that's just like,
they're gonna go to the pub and
day.
She's like, you know what? Like, I think I'm good with the You know, like I think they've seen enough crazy shit to last them a lifetime in that one goddamn fucking you know, in those 2 days or whatever. Yeah, that is kind of funny, like how it's flipped. And he's the one that's like doing the craziness or whatever, like going into the shed and playing fucking Halo with his zombied out friend or whatever. And like fucking Ed like tries to bite him at first. He's like, hey, stop that.
Yeah.
Stop that. And then he's like, he just goes back and they're playing. They go back to playing Halo, whatever. Which is pretty funny. I mean, yeah.
All right.
Cool movie.
Sorry, I got cut out there. So I'm sorry, Roland. What was your rating again?
Oh, it's a 3.8.
3.0. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess the IMDb rating is a 7.9 out of 10.
Do you know?
The movie did have a $6.1 million budget and made about
wow.
altogether. It made, I believe, it was like 36 million worldwide.
Wow. But that's in the theaters, right? Or
I think that's still to this day.
Oh, no,
or that might be in the
still-
theaters. Like
they've
I guess
still
like
gotta
30 point some million. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's making more money considering it's on like a streaming services or shit like that.
I'm sure it's still making money.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this accounts for like DVD sales and stuff like that,
Right.
or like, I
Or
really
streaming,
don't know that.
Streaming licensing or whatever.
Yeah,
they have
because
to pay?
that's just a little bit more complicated than just having like general numbers for someone buying a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to go over real quick one of the quotes, the quote from when they were like throwing the records and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The one that did get me a chuckle is because he says Purple Rain. Sean says no. Ed says Sign of the Times. Sean says definitely not. And then Ed says the Batman soundtrack.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, oh. Ooh.
Yeah. There was that particular.
I would have kept it. Shit.
Of course. I can I ask you a question? Have you heard the original Batman soundtrack?
Not in a very long time. But
It's not. It's kind of hard to listen to.
I mean, what are you fucking expecting? Like, really, that soundtrack is mostly for the main theme, and that's it. Like anything else.
Yeah, but even that, I mean, I've seen watching the video again. Watching the video again, it's oh my god! I'm just like, this is the cheesiest shit Prince could have done in his entire fucking life.
Yeah.
And it's just Batman. Boom, 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 boom. I'm just like, he put no thought into this fucking song whatsoever. It's pure nostalgia, but it's pretty bad. Yeah. I mean, now we're talking about the not the original soundtrack.
Oh, I know.
The
I know.
music.
I'm talking
about the fucking
one.
songs in the fucking shit. Like the actual music within the movie.
Yeah.
Like in the intro and all that. That's fucking badass.
Mm-hmm.
But that bat dance, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. It's terrible. And I fucking love Prince, all right?
I mean,
I love Prince, and that is just bad.
You mean you didn't like it when was it Batman Forever? No, it was Batman and Robin. No, it was Batman Forever where they fucking used Seal's "Kiss by a Rose." You didn't.
No.
Batman and Robin.
Hey,
Robin.
It was Batman Forever. It was Batman Forever. And "Kiss from a Rose" is a fucking gem of music to grace us. We are blessed to have that song
was on Batman and Robin, man.
It was Batman Forever.
All right, fight to the death. Amuse me.
It was Batman Forever.
Roland, Google it as the impartial third-party goblin.
All right. Let me see.
Batman Forever also has that badass, my only favorite, real favorite U2 song, which is that "Hold Me, Throw Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me."
Ew. Yeah, it says here. Sorry, Daniel.
Aw.
Yeah. The Batman Forever.
The Batman and Robin has the fucking
Batman Forever film soundtrack and topped the U.S. Billboard.
The Batman and Robin.
What song am I thinking about that's on Batman and Robin?
It's fucking Smashing Pumpkins.
No, it wasn't that.
Hold on.
Google these soundtracks, Roland, please.
Yeah, because I never owned the Batman Forever soundtrack.
Ray is right. The end is the beginning is the end. What's on there?
Well, that's not what I'm arguing.
There's
I'm just
Gotham
arguing
City
there's
by
a.
R. Kelly. There's
Okay, we got an asshole. We got a pedo on the soundtrack.
Yeah.
What else do we have on here?
There's Look Into My Eyes by Bone Thugs and Harmony. House on Fire by Arcana.
I don't know who
Revolutions,
the fuck that
REM.
is.
Foolish Games by Jewel. The Goo Goo Dolls.
These foolish games are tearing me
There's the Goo Goo Dolls.
Jewel.
Lauren Christie, whoever that is. Soul Coughing, Maloko, Michelle Nidigio Che.
Watch it, Roland.
Yeah, that's a bad word for Roland to try to dance around.
Cheo, Cello. I think it's Italian, all right? Trying
Italian,
my best.
huh?
Eric Bennett, Benet, whatever. Bernardo. Elliot Goldenthal. And Moaner by Underworld.
Moaner?
The hell?
Really?
Yeah. Jesus.
That's weird.
10 minutes.
I think the Batman Forever soundtrack's way better.
Is it?
I think it's got better. I
Got
think
better.
overall it might be better.
Got better seal.
I totally thought Kiss from Rose was on there because of Poison Ivy, but
Oh.
I the only reason I know for sure that it's on Batman Forever is because I remember the video and I see like Kim
'Cause you own
no, I wish I did.
Ew.
Is it what is Tom Cruise's ex-wife?
yeah,
The
that
redheaded chick.
Oh.
fucking Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman, yeah. She's like, and I see Val Kilmer too in the background of the fucking video, and that's the only reason I know it's fucking Batman Forever.
Let's see.
Harvey? I'm Batman.
He was a pretty good Bruce Wayne, I think.
Yeah.
He didn't talk much, so that was good.
Nick Cave has a track on Batman Forever. There's
See?
Light.
Told you.
Method Man's on there.
You see?
The Flaming Lips. Brandy,
see?
Seal.
Man, what a lineup, dude.
Offspring is on there.
You see?
U2. Yeah. Who cares about the rest? I mean, even this is still horrible, but whatever. Yeah, sure.
You take
Ray.
that back. Seal is a gem, all right?
Yeah, okay, Ray. I'll just give you this because
I dare you not to try. You know what, Roland, play the song for yourself, not
Ew.
here, but on your own,
I don't
and try not to fucking sing along, all right?
I don't have to try. But okay, Ray. Yeah. Whatever you say, buddy. So, did you have any other funky trivia or anything on?
No, not really. I mean, basically, I think I talked about it earlier about the Cornetto thing, that they kind of use it as a joke to get like free ice cream, or get more like a free ice cream for their fucking movie and stuff.
For the cast.
And then they started like putting it in the other two movies.
Right. It kept working.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like a difficult thing to implement or just to like cameo in the fucking movie. You know, it's not.
Right.
It doesn't like derail the fucking movie just because it's fucking in there.
Right. My immersion is fucked. What? Ice cream? Yes. Product placement.
Yeah. So I guess we'll call it a day on the Shaun of the Dead.
Part 1.
Part 1 of the Cornetto Trilogy. Be sure to stay tuned for the other 2 installments. That is Hot Fuzz and The World's End. And again, we've talked about this before. The World's End is going to be a special episode where it's going to be video, and depending on how it turns out, and again, hopefully after all this coronavirus shit is over, that we will be able to accomplish this. If not, then we're going to have to do it in our own home.
Right.
And I'm going to have to go buy Roland like fucking 2 12-packs so he can sit there, and or just a 12-pack.
Yeah.
But Jamie said that he wants to be able to pick the beer, and I said I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's all going to be fucking stouts. Christ.
It's gonna be like stouts that are like 14%, and I'm like,
Yeah.
and
they're gonna be
this,
thick as fucking milkshakes.
And I'm sorry, and what is this gonna be for?
The World's End.
Yeah.
Oh, word.
Yeah, because you haven't seen it, right, Daniel? Or you said you hadn't, so
I have not. Yeah.
they're not to necessarily.
We'll discuss it later, and then as we get closer, we'll. I mean, for all I know, we might do a live stream. I don't know.
Right.
We'll discuss to see what happens with that. But again, this is the. Stay tuned for our other movie that we will discuss this year. I don't even know which one we're going to do yet. But we got another Cinekuest coming your way this month, as well as an anime mixtape. And you should have heard Valley Strange if you are into aliens and whatnot. Be sure to follow us on all the social medias. We have Twitter, we have Instagram, we have Facebook, all at MoQuest Studios. If you maybe have a suggestion for a movie, again, our theme is not this trilogy, but the action movies with the best or worst villains. If you have a suggestion for a movie, feel free to either message us or leave a comment on our social medias, or you can send us an email at moquest@gmail.com. Or you can visit the website and check out all of our back catalog at moqueststudios.com.
What else you got to do in these fucking times? Everybody's couch surfing.
Yeah, this is like you're hanging out with your friends, you know?
Right.
You can hear all this shit, all the banter, all the nonsense. I mean, maybe you have a crooked sense of humor like us, and you can join us in a laugh as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess that'll be it for us. My name is Ray, and in Pacific Northwest.
This is Dan.
And in Nowhere Land.
Yes, the pit of nowheres. This is Roland.
All right, I guess we'll see you next time.
Ladies.
Goodbye.
Peace.